Chosen One, you've been questioning my silence, haven't you? You've wondered if I forgot, if I turned my face, if maybe the promise was just a hope you misheard. I saw the moment you almost settled for less, convincing yourself that maybe the wait was the answer. But here I am interrupting every lie and every delay with one word: now. This is not a future appointment. I'm stepping into your present. The delay is not only over, it was never denial. What felt like abandonment was divine alignment behind the veil. What you called wasted time, I call protected time, because what's coming would have crushed you too early. I held back certain doors because your name was still being written in rooms you hadn't even prayed for yet. I was not watching you suffer. I was watching you ripen so that when you stepped into the room would shift. You thought I was punishing you for some sin or failure, but it was my favor shielding you from premature exposure. You are not behind schedule. You are right on my timeline, not man's. I was not trying to test your patience. I was trying to unlock your authority. Every delay has made your discernment sharper, your convictions deeper, your spiritual muscles stronger. And now that I have you formed, not just gifted, I say again, the delay is over. You are about to understand why I closed what I closed. You will see it all in reverse, how my mercy was hidden inside every unanswered prayer. The friendships I removed, the opportunities I blocked, the sudden pauses and hard stops, none of it was punishment. I was clearing the air so you could breathe me in without confusion. I saw what was coming before you did, and I moved to protect the anointing on your life. This delay was never about waiting. It was about weight. I was increasing the weight of my presence in you so that what I release now doesn't crush you but carries you. There's a reason you couldn't explain the restlessness. It wasn't depression. It wasn't anxiety. It was your spirit rejecting stagnation, groaning for what I already decreed. I let you feel discomfort not to punish you, but to prepare you to recognize my move. Had I made you comfortable in delay, you would have missed the urgency of now. So I whispered through every sleepless night, hold on, it's coming. You weren't crazy for believing I would show up, and now I'm not just showing up, I'm showing out. I have assigned angels to accelerate what man delayed. I am collapsing time frames, merging seasons, and turning waiting rooms into delivery rooms. What used to take years will now happen in moments because I've authorized the release. You were waiting for a green light, but I was waiting for your yes to stay faithful in silence. That yes echoed through heaven, and now every demonic delay has been overturned. Your name is being announced in places your feet haven't touched yet. Your faith didn't go unnoticed. It became the very trigger for your breakthrough. And now the heavens respond with clarity. Proceed. The people who walked away were part of the delay, but not your destiny. I let them exit so I could introduce you to alignment. Stop mourning what left. I removed them before the glory hit so they wouldn't contaminate the witness. They couldn't handle the oil that's coming on you now. I let confusion separate the fake from the faithful, and now only the ones assigned to your next are still standing. What felt like rejection was my redirection, and what felt like abandonment was your invitation to walk hand in hand with me without applause. Now I release what I withheld. You're not meeting me someday, you're meeting me now. Not through a sermon, not through a sign, but through encounter. I'm coming to your house. I'm invading your schedule. I'm touching your soul in a way no distraction can dull. I'm awakening you from spiritual coma. I'm resurrecting dead promises and breathing life into tired hope. The delay broke your strength, but it did not break your spirit, and that's why I chose now. You're finally ready not just to receive the blessing, but to carry it without losing me. And so I say, rise, shake off the dust of disappointment. Throw away the timeline you built around human approval. I am not on your schedule, I am your schedule. And today I declare the delay is over. Your time is not coming, it has come. This is the hour of visitation. I'm not passing by, I'm coming in. You didn't miss me. I was in every detail of your delay. I was in the silence, the waiting, the prayers that felt like they fell flat. I was never absent, just operating at a level your eyes couldn't trace. But your spirit knew. That's why you kept coming back to me, even when your emotions couldn't explain why. I marked you with a hunger that wouldn't let you quit, and now that hunger is about to be satisfied in a way that shifts your entire atmosphere. You thought the delay was proof I was far away, but it was actually the proof of how close I was. I stood between you and premature exposure. I placed my hand over what you were building so that it wouldn't collapse from public weight. You saw delay. I saw destiny unfolding in disguise. And even when you didn't feel me, I was moving pieces into place. I was setting up the exact hour of your turnaround, and now that hour has come. You're not waiting anymore, you're walking in. The spiritual fatigue wasn't just exhaustion, it was evidence of the war around your womb of purpose. The closer you came to birth, the louder the noise became. But here's the secret. The noise was proof the enemy could smell what was about to emerge. Hell tried to convince you to abort the promise, but you stayed. You fought through silent seasons, through emotional droughts, through voices of doubt in your own mind. And I saw every second of that perseverance as worship. Now I'm honoring what no one else saw. I'm rewarding the private yes that cost you everything. You didn't post it, announce it, or seek applause, but I recorded it in heaven. Every time you chose obedience over opportunity, every time you chose prayer over panic, you moved closer to this divine hour. I'm not just blessing you, I'm trusting you. I'm entrusting you with what you waited for, because you proved your love for me was deeper than the blessing itself. And now I say again, meet me in the moment, because I've already stepped into it. Let's lock this in. Smash that like button, subscribe to stay connected. Then comment 55. It represents covenant and fresh alignment. The doors that were shut to you before are now commanded to open. What was once blocked will now be magnetized to your name, not by your effort, but by my decree. I am overturning verdicts, reversing decisions, and breaking open what man said was sealed. The systems that ignored you will now be compelled to recognize you. The rooms you were kept out of will now echo with your name. I'm not just giving you access, I'm releasing authority. What you're walking into wasn't earned by your perfection, but by my faithfulness. And now, because the delay is over, the release cannot be stopped. You will not return to the cycle of almost. Almost healed, almost accepted, almost approved. That cycle is broken by my voice. I have cut off every pattern that kept you close, but never crossing over. I'm not dangling breakthrough like a carrot. I'm delivering it like a covenant. You don't have to beg anymore. I already signed the release in my blood. This is your divine crossing over. Out of delay, out of striving, out of false starts and unfinished seasons. You are not circling the mountain again. You're stepping onto the promised ground. You'll feel the shift in your sleep, in your thoughts, in your surroundings. It will be unmistakable. This is the kind of breakthrough that changes how you see yourself, how you pray, how you walk into every room. Because I'm not just releasing a blessing, I'm reintroducing you to you. And in this unveiling, don't be surprised when people no longer recognize you. That's not your loss, it's theirs. I didn't create you to fit their version of who you were. I formed you for my glory. So when they say you've changed, thank me. It means the delay worked. It means what I developed in the dark is about to shine so bright it confuses those still clinging to the past. And to that, I say again, the delay is over. Chosen one, the reason you feel different is because something has already shifted. I didn't wait for a ceremony, a sign, or a special service. I moved the moment you agreed with me in your spirit. What changed everything wasn't your perfection. It was your permission. You finally stopped resisting the preparation, and that yes has opened a divine floodgate. This is not just a season change, it's a spiritual relocation. I'm moving you from waiting to walking, from survival to dominion. What you tolerated in the past can no longer coexist with where I'm taking you. The delay had a purpose, but its expiration date has come. You are no longer under the hold of what held you back. Every delay the enemy assigned to your life has been intercepted by my hand. I am silencing the voices of confusion that tried to convince you I forgot. I am canceling every narrative that said you were overlooked. You weren't overlooked. You were reserved. I didn't expose you early because the glory on your life demanded full maturity. And now that your roots are deep, I can trust your fruit to be real. This is not the rise of hype. It's the unveiling of holiness. You won't have to announce what I'm doing. The fruit will speak. Your life will begin to radiate evidence of encounter. No more striving to prove your worth. No more exhausting yourself trying to be seen. I have made you undeniable in the spirit. And what's being unlocked will confound the wise, because it won't match your resume. This is the release of what I promised when no one else believed in you. This is what I preserved when even you doubted. And this is the hour you finally see the fullness of why I said, wait. When you walk into this next, carry no residue of the last. Don't bring delay thinking into a divine now. The language of limitation must be burned at the altar of my timing. I need you to walk forward like you know who sent you. I am not asking you to be confident in yourself. I'm asking you to be confident in my voice, because what's ahead isn't just bigger, it's heavier, and you're not carrying it alone. I will walk with you, speak through you, and fight beside you. You're about to recover what was lost in the wait. Time, resources, confidence, even relationships that were damaged by confusion. I will restore it. I'm not only restoring it, I'm redeeming it with interest. You will not come out of this behind. You'll come out ahead. Every year that seemed stolen will be repaid by acceleration. And it won't be random. It will be strategic. I'm placing you exactly where your voice will carry weight. Your story will unlock others. And your presence will signal my power. You are my appointed one for this hour. There's a reason hell worked overtime to wear you out, because even the enemy knew what was coming next. He couldn't stop my promise, so he tried to exhaust your posture. But he failed. And now that you've made it through, I'm arming you differently. This isn't just restoration. It's recruitment. I'm sending you into rooms as my representative, not as a seeker, but as one who's already met me face to face in the delay. You'll begin to discern differently now. What once confused you will now be obvious. What once triggered you will now roll off your spirit like smoke. I have fortified you. The opinions that used to unsettle you have no authority in this new space. The doors I'm opening require you to walk in with full clarity. No more double-mindedness, no more hesitation. And don't look back trying to bring old mindsets into new movement. The delay was the burial ground for everything that couldn't walk with you into destiny. What's ahead won't require hustle. It will require holiness. I am drawing you into deeper intimacy, not just higher platforms. I'm not just releasing opportunities, I'm releasing oil. And the oil doesn't fall on the distracted. So focus, lean in. Don't miss this hour of visitation. I've removed the delay because you're finally ready for the weight of my glory. You're not just entering a new place, you're becoming a new person. I didn't allow delay to punish you. I allowed it to prepare the real you to emerge. The you that is bold, clear, stable, and no longer chasing validation. The you that no longer bends under pressure or shrinks under the weight of others' opinions. I let certain things break off you in the dark because they couldn't survive where I'm taking you. This new version of you isn't built on performance, it's built on presence. And my presence is not seasonal. It is permanent. What you once begged me for, I'm now handing to you without effort. Not because you earned it, but because you endured for it. The kind of endurance that doesn't just wait, it worships. That's what I was cultivating. Not your skill, not your influence, but your stamina. Because the blessing that's arriving isn't just heavy, it's holy. And only someone who's been through the fire can carry it without burning others. You were forged in silence for a reason. And now, you're ready to walk as proof. Your name will be called without you having to market yourself. What was hidden in the cave will be announced by heaven. Not for your ego, but for my agenda. I'm bringing you into influence not for applause, but for alignment. You'll step into rooms and shift atmospheres without saying a word. That's the kind of authority you carry now. Not noisy power, but undeniable weight. And it came not through striving, but through surrender. The delay was the filter. It separated the distraction from the divine. You know now who's for you, and who's only for what you carry. You've seen the difference between covenant and convenience, and that discernment is part of the gift I'm releasing. I won't let you waste this new season on old soul ties. I won't allow you to shrink to keep others comfortable. I have given you clarity, and with clarity comes responsibility. Use it, guard it, honor it. Before we go on, take a second, like the video, subscribe for more like this, and type 55 below. That's your sign of divine alignment. I didn't just heal you, I recalibrated you. That means your appetites are different now. What used to excite you no longer has a pull. What used to trigger you no longer carries weight. This is how you'll know the shift is real. Your desires have changed. You want me more than outcomes. You crave my voice more than answers. That's the kind of heart I can trust with what comes next. Do not second-guess this move. I know it feels sudden, but sudden for you has been sovereign in my eyes all along. You're stepping into what I planned from the start. And even though others may be surprised, you'll walk in peace. Because your spirit already knows. This is right. This is God. This is now. You'll look back on the delay not as punishment, but as proof that I love you too much to let you be released too early. And you'll thank me for every no, every silence, every detour. I protected you from what would have fed your ego, but starved your soul. I preserved your joy, your mind, your oil. And now you're about to enjoy what your heart never stopped believing in, even when your mouth was silent. That's what faith looks like. And that's why I've chosen now to answer. You are not in the crowd. I've pulled you aside for something specific. You will not blend in. You will not be ignored. You are being released as a sign, not just a servant. A sign that I still honor obedience. A sign that faith still moves mountains. A sign that delay does not cancel destiny. You are that sign. I know it's been hard to explain what you've been carrying. The weight of the weight, the ache of invisibility, the constant battle between knowing you're called and feeling forgotten. But hear me now. I have not forgotten you. I etched your name into the timeline of this generation with precision, and everything that has felt like resistance was really refinement. You haven't been held back. You've been held together. Held by my hand. Held in my timing. Held for this exact release. Every delay I allowed has now become part of your authority. You don't speak as one who learned through theory. You speak as one who endured. That's why your words will carry healing. That's why your silence will carry power. Because I've layered your life with experiences that break chains in others. Your scars are about to speak louder than your titles. The very things you thought disqualified you are now the marks that certify you. This is how I move. You were not waiting on people. You were waiting on me to move everything into divine place. Now that the alignment is complete, the activation begins. Do not be afraid of speed in this season. Acceleration is not recklessness when I'm the one directing it. You will see things shift fast, doors open suddenly, and opportunities unfold without effort. Don't shrink back. This is not the time to second-guess the grace I've placed on you. Trust what I've done in you during the delay. What's being released isn't just for you, it's for generations. You are a first fruit offering. You're breaking curses your family thought were permanent. You're establishing blessings your bloodline has never seen. And this is why the warfare was so specific. The enemy didn't just fear your destiny, he feared your influence. But he was too late. You've been sealed in the secret place. And what's emerging now is unstoppable. You'll notice that certain things no longer appeal to you. The distractions that once hooked you now feel hollow. That's not by accident, it's by design. I weaned you off of false comfort, so you'd crave only what's real, my voice, my presence, my word. And now that you've tasted that depth, you'll never be satisfied with surface again. The rooms you enter next will not feel like elevation, they'll feel like home. Because you're not entering as a visitor, you're stepping in as one who belongs. You won't have to force it, fake it, or fight for it. The door I've opened was tailor-made for your name, and even if you don't feel ready, trust this. I've already gone ahead of you. Every word has been backed by heaven. Every move has been signed by my hand. I didn't bring you this far to tease you. I'm not dangling destiny in front of you like a prize to earn. I'm delivering on what I've already declared, because you didn't just believe when it was easy, you stayed loyal when it made no sense. That kind of faith gets heaven's attention. And now all of creation will see what I saw all along. That you were the one who didn't fold, the one I chose for now. You are not under delay anymore. You are under divine instruction. I'm not just giving you opportunities, I'm giving you orders. I will lead you with clarity. I will confirm with conviction. I will surround you with evidence. And when you walk, don't look back. You've crossed over, and now the glory begins. I am not just restoring what was delayed, I am multiplying it, because I never return things the way they were. When I move, I redeem. When I release, I overwhelm. This next season won't just look like recovery, it will look like overflow. You won't be scrambling to catch up. You'll be standing in rooms you never applied to. You'll be reaping where you didn't sow, because I did the sowing for you while you worshipped in silence. The version of you who entered the delay is not the one exiting. That version needed approval. This one walks in authority. That version feared being misunderstood. This one carries clarity that doesn't need to explain. You didn't just grow, you transformed. That's why the doors that once ignored you now beg for your presence. They're responding to the shift I authored in you. And this is just the beginning. You will speak differently. You will pray with a fire that scares darkness. You will walk into spaces and expose lies without saying a word. Because when I strip delay, I also reveal identity. You are not random. You are not optional. You are my answer to a generation's groaning. And I did not allow delay to silence you. I used it to make your voice unshakable. There is no more striving, no more begging, no more bargaining. I'm not negotiating your release. I'm enforcing it. Every principality that stood in your way has been disarmed. Every ceiling over your calling has been shattered. I am removing the invisible barriers you couldn't name but always felt. And now, what once resisted you will have no choice but to bow. Quick favor, tap like if you're feeling this. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. Drop 55 in the comments. It's the number of covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. You'll notice divine appointments starting to increase. You'll meet people and instantly know they're part of the next. I'll orchestrate conversations that confirm what I whispered to you months ago. I'm not playing games with your time. I'm redeeming it. What others call coincidence, you'll know as confirmation. This is not luck, it's strategy. And I've authored every detail. You will not go back to the patterns that delayed you. You've outgrown them, the temptations, the cycles, the self-doubt. They have no place in this new flow. You are not under survival anymore, you're under assignment. That means even your rest will carry revelation, your dreams will reveal direction, and your steps will align with what I've ordained. People may ask, how did it all happen so fast? But you'll know the truth. It wasn't fast, it was hidden. Hidden in obedience, hidden in tears, hidden in moments no one applauded. And now, because you didn't abort the process, I'm publicly fulfilling the promise. This isn't about status, it's about stewardship. And I trust you to carry what I'm releasing. Because you'll never forget the cave, you'll never forget the waiting room, and that memory will keep you rooted, even when the spotlight comes. The delay didn't diminish your destiny, it matured it. And now, chosen one, everything changes. You're not just anointed, you're assigned. And the difference is this: anointing can be felt, but assignment cannot be denied. You've crossed into a realm where your presence now provokes movement. Where you go, alignment follows. What you touch now carries weight, because the delay trained your hands to steward, not just grasp. I've entrusted you with more than opportunity. I've given you access, and with access comes divine responsibility. No more wandering. No more questioning if you heard me right. You did. Every moment that felt confusing was me doing construction behind the curtain. What seemed like silence was actually strategy, and now the curtain is lifting. What I built in private is about to be displayed in public. And it won't be about your greatness, it will be about my glory. You were never forgotten, just hidden for impact. I tucked you away, not because you weren't ready, but because your environment wasn't. I had to shift the terrain before I launched your voice. I had to mature the people around you before they could handle what I put in you. I wasn't just preparing you, I was preparing everything connected to you. That's why it felt like a full life pause. But in truth, I was pulling all things into divine sync. You'll soon see why the delay was necessary. It didn't just mature you, it exposed what wasn't real around you. I allowed people to show their true colors so you'd never doubt their alignment again. I let some walk away so you wouldn't drag them into your breakthrough. I orchestrated exposure, not to harm you, but to protect the glory. And now that your circle is refined, I can release what I withheld. Because what's next needs purity, not popularity. The words I've spoken over you are coming into motion. Not one syllable will return void. I am fulfilling it in sequence, exactly as I whispered it to you. And even when you forgot, I remembered. Even when you lost heart, I didn't lose vision. This is the moment I was waiting for, where your faith finally meets my fulfillment. You will sense my presence differently now, more vividly, more personally, not just as your God, but as your guide. I'm not leading from afar, I'm leading within. I've filled your space with myself. You'll recognize my promptings in conversations, decisions, even your daily rhythm, because I've made your heart my habitation, not just a place I visit. The influence I'm giving you isn't to be consumed, it's to be poured out. You're not called to build fans, you're called to build altars. Your life will provoke repentance, not just applause. Your voice will cut through confusion, not just inspire emotion. And every platform I give you will be another pulpit where my spirit moves. You didn't earn this, it was ordained. And now, the time of fulfillment has arrived. You'll know it's me because it will come without compromise. You won't have to sacrifice your soul to step into this. The doors will open without manipulation. The opportunities will find you without you striving. Because this isn't favor for performance, it's favor for purpose. And I am the one orchestrating it all. The delay has lifted, chosen one. Walk forward. I did not bring you this far to let you blend in. You were always set apart, even when you tried to fit what was around you. That tension wasn't rejection, it was revelation. You were never meant to be hidden in sameness. I marked you for disruption, for distinction, for dominion. That's why the path was harder. That's why the wait was longer. Because what I'm releasing now is not common, and neither are you. This release comes with weight, but not as a burden, as a banner that signals heaven has spoken, that I have honored obedience over popularity, that I've chosen one who didn't chase man's timeline. You stayed when others walked. You believed when others mocked. You waited while others settled, and now I'm moving for you in a way they cannot replicate. This won't be a subtle shift. It will be a supernatural surge. Things you once begged for will now flow without friction. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. You've yielded. You've surrendered. You've allowed me to strip the layers. And now, with nothing in the way, my spirit will move with freedom through you. There will be days when it feels too fast, too much, too sudden. But I will be your still point in the storm of elevation. I will stabilize you. I will settle your soul. You won't have to wonder if this is real. Peace will be your evidence. Let's seal this moment. Like this video if it's hitting your spirit. Subscribe to stay connected to this prophetic flow. Drop 55 in the comments as your covenant confirmation. Your story will now do the speaking. You won't have to convince anyone. The fruit will testify. The miracles will reveal my hand. The transformation will be undeniable. I will use your life as a sign to many that I still lift, still speak, still choose, still fulfill. The wait was not in vain. It was sacred. I am handing you the keys, not just to doors, but to realms. You will not only access places, you'll influence atmospheres. Your voice will carry weight in circles that once ignored you. You will not enter as a guest, but as one who carries the answer, because I've put myself in you. You are not coming, you have come, now walk like it. This next stretch is about legacy. What I do through you will outlive applause. It will shift generations. It will break bloodline barriers. It will build altars where only ashes stood. You are not just my child, you are my carrier. And because the delay is over, so is the silence around your calling. Speak, move, act. It's time. You've heard many voices, but this one was mine. You've been surrounded by noise, but I've been speaking in the stillness. And now that your ears are tuned and your heart is ready, I make this declaration final. The delay is over. No more postponement, no more spiritual pause, no more emotional hesitation. The shift has not only begun, it has completed. You are now in motion with me. Don't second-guess the acceleration. Don't sabotage the favor with fear. I'm going to move in ways that confront your last season. But instead of breaking you, this move will confirm you. You are not the same person who entered the wait. That version died in the cave of my presence. What's standing now is the resurrected, real, refined you. And I delight in you. You will carry this word in your bones. It won't leave you. You'll feel it in your steps, in your speech, in your spirit. I've branded this moment in eternity. You'll return to this clarity every time doubt tries to speak again. And when you feel weary, I'll replay my voice to your heart. You are chosen and the delay is over. That alone will restore your strength. You don't owe anyone an explanation for this breakthrough. You owe me your surrender. Let the evidence of my hand speak. Let the fruit justify the fire. Let the open doors reveal the divine decision that's already been made. You didn't earn it. You endured for it. And I call that enough. Now walk in what I've spoken. The delay is over.